Kevin Hart, a name that has made millions laugh across the world. But today, what's happening to him has left fans speechless. At 46, the tragedy of Kevin Hart is beyond heartbreaking. For years, he has been the face of comedy, the man who could turn pain into laughter. But behind those jokes, behind that infectious smile, lies a story that breaks the heart of anyone who hears it. Kevin has always said laughter is his therapy, but recently fans noticed something different about him. The energy seemed lower, the spark not as bright, and many began to wonder what was really going on. Then came the shocking news that Kevin has been silently battling both physical and emotional challenges that few could ever imagine. After his terrifying car accident years ago, many thought he had fully recovered, but the truth is, the pain never truly went away. Those close to him say the lingering effects have been both mental and physical, leaving him to question how much more he can give. He's always been the type to keep pushing, to keep smiling through the pain. But lately, it seems the weight of it all is starting to show. His friends say he's been more reflective lately, spending more time with his family and less on stage. He's realized that fame can't heal what the heart feels. In interviews, he's spoken about learning the hard way that success means nothing without peace of mind. His story is one of strength and struggle, of rising from nothing only to be faced again with trials that test every ounce of courage. Fans who've followed his journey from stand-up stages to Hollywood blockbusters can't help but feel emotional seeing their hero fighting yet again. Kevin has said that life humbled him in ways he never expected, that his accident and the recovery that followed changed how he saw everything. The man who once lived for the spotlight now finds comfort in quiet moments, with his kids laughing, not for the cameras, but for the soul. He often talks about how easy it is to lose yourself chasing success and how important it is to hold on to who you really are. Even through his pain, he continues to inspire others, reminding everyone that real strength is not about never falling, but about rising every single time. He's been through heartbreak too, from public scandals to broken friendships, yet he always faces them head-on with honesty and growth. Those who know him personally say that behind closed doors, Kevin is softer, more vulnerable, and deeply grateful for every day he wakes up able to smile. He's admitted that sometimes the hardest part of being strong is pretending you're okay when you're not. Lately, he's been using his platform not just for comedy, but to talk about real-life pain loss and healing. He's opened up about how fame isolates, how people forget that even the funniest man in the world can cry when no one's watching. Fans have been flooding social media with love and prayers for him, sharing stories of how his words helped them through their darkest moments. One fan wrote, "Kevin's jokes saved me when I was broken, and now I hope he feels the same love he gave to us." Those words capture the heart of this tragedy, because the man who made the world laugh is now the one who needs the laughter most. Even through all the pain, Kevin refuses to give up. He's focusing on his health, his mind and his spirit, doing everything to find balance again. He's often seen training, meditating, and talking openly about mental health, breaking the stigma that men can't show weakness. His story reminds everyone that even the strongest hearts can hurt too. As fans, we can only hope he continues to heal, because the world still needs his light, his laughter, and his message of perseverance. So if you've ever laughed at a Kevin Hart joke or found comfort in his words, take a moment to send him love in the comments. Tell him we see him not just as a comedian, but as a human being fighting through life's hardest moments with courage and heart. Kevin Hart, at 46, may be facing one of the toughest chapters of his life, but he's also showing us that true greatness isn't about fame or fortune, it's about the strength to keep smiling through the storm. Kevin Hart's journey has always been about resilience, but now it's about something deeper, survival and peace. After the accident that nearly ended his life, he said it felt like being reborn, but what many don't realize is how much pain he still carries every single day. Doctors told him he might never be the same again. And though he pushed himself to recover physically, the emotional scars have been harder to heal. He's spoken about how that moment changed everything, how it forced him to look at life differently. He started valuing family over fame, health over hustle, and love over likes. His wife Eniku has been his rock, standing by him through his darkest hours, reminding him that it's okay to slow down. Kevin says his children are the reason he keeps going, that when he sees their smiles, it gives him strength to fight through the pain. But fame never stops calling, and sometimes that pressure weighs heavy on his shoulders. He's been honest about how the entertainment world doesn't allow weakness, that even when you're broken, you still have to perform. He's learned that pretending everything is okay only makes the pain worse. Behind the laughter, he's been battling anxiety, exhaustion, and self-doubt, the kind that makes even the strongest question their purpose. Friends say he spends a lot more time alone now, reflecting, writing, and praying, trying to find clarity in the chaos. He's even talked about wanting to step away from Hollywood to live a quieter life, surrounded by the people who truly matter. Fans were shocked when he mentioned that comedy might not always be his future, that he wants to focus on healing and helping others who've gone through similar struggles. This revelation broke hearts, because for so many people, Kevin is more than just a comedian. He's hope. The man who rose from poverty, who faced rejection after rejection, and still made the world laugh, now stands as a symbol of courage through pain. His story teaches that success doesn't protect you from heartbreak. It only magnifies the pain you hide. He's said that sometimes he wonders if the laughter he gives others will ever heal the emptiness he feels inside. But in his quiet moments, he's found peace in gratitude and faith. He often shares how thankful he is for the second chance he got at life, and how he's determined to use it to become a better man, not just a bigger star. Fans say his vulnerability makes them love him even more, because it shows that even the funniest man alive can struggle with sadness and fear. Kevin Hart, at 46, may be facing heartbreak, but he's also showing the world what real strength looks like, not hiding behind jokes, but embracing the truth. He's teaching us all that it's okay to not be okay, that healing takes time, and that laughter, even through tears, is still powerful. So if his journey inspires you, if his courage moves you, honor him by subscribing for more stories that remind us to never give up. Because just like Kevin, no matter how hard life hits you, you can still rise stronger than before. Kevin Hart's pain runs deeper than most people realize. After his near-fatal car accident in 2019, he spent months in recovery, fighting not just for his body, but for his spirit. He said there were nights when he couldn't sleep from the pain, and days when he wondered if he'd ever walk the same again. But through it all, he kept smiling in public, while silently battling depression and fear behind closed doors. People saw the jokes, the laughter, the energy, but they didn't see the tears or the doubt that haunted him when the cameras were off. Kevin has always been known for his hustle, his unstoppable drive, but now he admits that the chase for success nearly destroyed him. He's realized that fame means nothing if your soul is empty. Friends close to him say he's changed completely. He's more spiritual, calmer, and more reflective. He often talks about forgiveness, about letting go of guilt from past mistakes, and focusing on what really matters: love, peace, and health. He's become more family-oriented, choosing to spend quiet evenings with his wife and kids instead of chasing another show or movie. His fans notice it too. They see a softer side of him, one filled with honesty and vulnerability. He's spoken about losing people he thought were friends after his accident when the spotlight dimmed, and only the real ones stayed. That lesson hurt, but it also opened his eyes to who truly cared. Kevin says his purpose now isn't just to make people laugh, but to remind them that pain doesn't define you, it refines you. Every scar, every setback has shaped the man he is today. Even though he's had moments of heartbreak, career setbacks, and public criticism, he's learned to keep moving with grace. He tells his audience that life will break you to rebuild you, and his story proves it. Those who've been around him say he often gets emotional when talking about how close he came to losing it all, and how blessed he feels to still be here to watch his children grow. He's been using his platform to speak about mental health, encouraging people, especially men, to open up instead of hiding behind pride or pain. Fans have praised him for his honesty, calling him a beacon of strength in a world that often glorifies perfection. Kevin Hart, at 46, is a man who has faced tragedy and turned it into triumph, not because it was easy, but because he refused to give up. His laughter may still fill rooms, but it's his truth that's touching hearts now. Kevin Hart's journey from laughter to pain and back again is one of the most powerful stories in Hollywood. Behind every joke is a man who has faced darkness and chosen light. After surviving his brutal car crash, he had to relearn how to walk, how to move, and how to live without fear. He said it was like starting life over again, only this time with gratitude at the center. He spent hours every day in physical therapy, pushing his body past the pain, determined to return stronger. But what hurt the most wasn't just the physical recovery. It was realizing how fragile life truly is. He often shares how that accident made him see that money, fame, and success mean nothing when your body and mind are broken. During those silent months of recovery, Kevin said he found himself praying more, reflecting more, and realizing how much he had taken for granted. He began writing down lessons he learned from pain, lessons about patience, humility, and faith. His wife Eniku and their children became his biggest source of strength, holding him through moments when he doubted he'd ever feel normal again. Friends say the accident made him softer, more understanding, and more aware of the struggles others face behind their smiles. He started speaking openly about his journey, encouraging people to cherish life's small moments, because tomorrow isn't promised. He also talked about forgiveness, how he had to forgive himself for mistakes he made in the past, because carrying guilt only adds to the pain. Kevin's fans love him not just because he's funny, but because he's real, he's human, and he's unafraid to show vulnerability. His story has inspired thousands who've gone through similar struggles, reminding them that healing isn't just physical. It's emotional and spiritual too. He says, laughter saved his life because when you laugh, you remind your soul that joy still exists even in pain. Today, at 46, Kevin Hart continues to use his platform to uplift others, spreading messages of resilience, love, and gratitude. He's no longer just a comedian, he's a survivor, a teacher, and a symbol of hope. So if his story touched your heart, send him love in the comments, and honor Kevin by subscribing for more emotional stories that remind us that no matter how dark life gets, there's always light waiting on the other side. Kevin Hart, at 46, is a man forever changed by pain, but strengthened by purpose. He says that surviving his accident was like being given a second chance, a rebirth that forced him to reevaluate everything he once thought mattered. Before the crash, his life was moving too fast. Constant tours, movies, and fame. But afterward, he realized how much of life he had missed chasing success. He began talking openly about how pain taught him perspective, saying that sometimes life has to break you to rebuild you into who you were meant to be. Those close to him say he's become more spiritual, more patient, and more connected to his family than ever before. He spends more time at home now, laughing with his kids, cooking with his wife, and simply enjoying being present. He admits that before he lived to impress the world, but now he lives to inspire it. Fans have noticed a shift in his comedy too. It's deeper, more reflective, touching on life lessons that come from surviving hardship. He's not afraid to talk about his fears or his failures because he believes that transparency heals. Kevin once said that the hardest battles are fought in silence, and now he's using his voice to help others fight theirs. He's partnered with charities that support accident victims and mental health awareness, hoping his story can save lives. Even though he's back on stage, he performs with a different kind of energy, a grateful one. He says every laugh he gets now feels like a blessing. Every standing ovation, a reminder that he's still here for a reason. The world sees a comedian, but those close to him see a man who's turned tragedy into transformation. Kevin's story proves that no matter how successful you are, life can humble you in an instant, but it can also teach you resilience you never knew you had. So when you watch him smile, remember that it's not just laughter. It's survival, it's healing, and it's hope. If Kevin Hart's story moved you even a little, honor him by subscribing for more emotional Hollywood stories that remind us that strength isn't about never falling, it's about finding the courage to rise again. Kevin Hart has often said that his accident was the moment that changed his entire outlook on life forever. Before the crash, he was unstoppable, constantly on the move, chasing fame, success, and validation, but afterward, everything slowed down. He said he saw the world differently, realizing that the people who truly mattered were the ones who stood by him when he couldn't even stand on his own. During his long recovery, he had to relearn how to walk, how to move, and even how to believe in himself again. The pain was unbearable, but so was the thought of giving up. So he kept pushing through, determined to reclaim his strength. He admitted that the hardest part wasn't the physical recovery, but the emotional one. Learning to accept vulnerability after being seen as the man who could do it all. Friends say Kevin became more humble and introspective, spending hours journaling, reflecting, and praying for clarity. He realized that his near-death experience was not punishment, but preparation for a greater purpose. Now he uses every platform he has to remind people to slow down, to appreciate life, and to cherish loved ones because nothing lasts forever. Kevin often says that surviving taught him to measure wealth not by money, but by moments. He began mentoring younger comedians, teaching them that fame means nothing if your soul isn't grounded. Even through his laughter, there's a depth in his words, now a quiet wisdom born from pain. Fans who meet him say he radiates gratitude and calm, something rare in Hollywood. He's learned to live in balance, focusing on health, family, and faith above all else. When asked about his biggest lesson, he said, "Life is fragile, but so is fear. Once you face it, it breaks." That honesty has inspired millions who've faced their own battles, showing that even when life knocks you down, you can still rise stronger, softer, and wiser. So as Kevin continues to heal and evolve, his story stands as a testament that true strength isn't about being unbreakable, it's about choosing to rebuild yourself, piece by piece, and still smile through it all. Kevin Hart's journey after his accident revealed a side of him that few had ever seen. He wasn't the loud, energetic comedian on stage anymore. He was a man who had been stripped down to his core, forced to confront pain, humility, and purpose. He shared in interviews that the recovery process made him question everything he once thought was important. Fame, cars, money. None of it mattered when he couldn't move without help. He said lying in that hospital bed gave him time to think about how much he had taken for granted and how easily everything could be gone in a second. His wife Eniku stood by him through it all, supporting him when things got dark and reminding him that he wasn't alone. Kevin admitted there were moments he wanted to give up, when the pain felt unbearable and the future uncertain. But every time he looked at his kids, he found a reason to fight again. He called them his motivation, his anchor, the reason he refused to quit. Through tears, he once said, "I realized that laughter saved me, not just mine, but the laughter I give to others." That thought pushed him to keep going. Even when the world expected him to return, as the same man he once was, he came back different, softer, wiser, more grounded. He started using his comedy to talk about real-life pain, growth, and resilience, blending humor with honesty in a way that touched hearts. Fans noticed the change, too. They saw a man who had faced death and come out alive with a deeper understanding of what really matters. His friends say he's more spiritual now, more present in every moment he spends time, meditating, reading, and thanking God for another chance. He often says, "I shouldn't be here, but I am, and that means I've got more to do." Kevin has used his platform to encourage others to heal from their pain, to own their mistakes, and to never let tragedy define them. He's become a voice of hope, showing that even the strongest people break, but they can rebuild with love and purpose. Every scar he carries is a reminder of the life he almost lost, and the gratitude he now lives with daily. He tells his audience that the accident didn't end him, it awakened him. So when you see Kevin Hart smile, now it's not just the smile of a comedian, it's the smile of a man who's fought through darkness and chosen light. Kevin Hart's transformation after the accident didn't just change his outlook on life, it reshaped his entire purpose. He started talking more about family, forgiveness, and faith instead of fame and fortune. Those close to him say he became more intentional with his time, often turning down big projects just to be home with his wife and kids. He said once that before the crash, he was chasing success, but after it, he started chasing peace. He learned to slow down, to breathe, and to truly live. Fans who followed his recovery journey saw how he rebuilt himself piece by piece, both physically and mentally. He shared clips from his physical therapy sessions showing the struggle, the pain, and the small victories. His determination inspired millions around the world, reminding them that healing takes time, but it's possible with patience and belief. Kevin's near-death experience also made him more vocal about mental health, something he once avoided. He admitted that the hardest part wasn't the physical pain. It was learning to silence the fear that he'd never be the same again. Yet every time he stepped back on stage, he proved that strength isn't about never falling. It's about getting up, no matter how many times you're knocked down. His new stand-up routines now carry deeper meaning, mixing humor with truth as he talks about the lessons he's learned from pain and survival. He tells audiences that laughter is healing, and that it saved him when nothing else could. Many fans say they see a new Kevin Hart, one who's more human, more relatable, and more inspiring than ever before. Despite the tragedy, he turned his pain into purpose and his story into strength. Kevin Hart's story doesn't end with the pain. It evolves into something far more powerful. A message that reaches millions who have faced their own battles in silence. Behind the laughter, there's now a deeper man, one who understands that every joke, every smile hides a lesson learned the hard way. He often shares how the accident forced him to rebuild not just his body, but his soul too. He realized that the things he once took for granted, family, true friends, health, and time, were the real treasures of life. Kevin started speaking openly about letting go of ego, about forgiving himself for mistakes, and choosing gratitude over guilt. He said in one interview that the crash was God's way of hitting pause to show him what really mattered. Since then, he's become a quiet force for motivation, using his platform to encourage others never to give up, no matter how broken they feel. He launched foundations to support accident survivors and young dreamers, reminding them that setbacks don't define them. His social media posts have become beacons of hope, filled with honesty and positivity. Fans comment daily saying, "Kevin, you helped me heal through your strength and humor." And maybe that's the real legacy he's leaving behind. Not just laughter, but light. The tragedy that almost ended his life became the chapter that gave it new meaning. So if Kevin Hart's story has touched your heart, take a moment to send him your love and honor his journey by subscribing for more powerful stories that remind us all that even in the darkest times, we can still rise stronger than ever.